What's up, y'all? It's your boy 3CP, and I know I usually don't do a lot of story times. I do a few, but I'll never tell you stories like this. Like, this is something recently that happened to me, and I had to share this because it's just something that was so amazing what that happened to me that I was like, I gotta share this. I think this is the reason why it happened. First, because some of the stuff I'm going through now, but for my reason that I'm doing YouTube, I think I should share this too. So let me get into it and see how I'm gonna go through it. I don't know if it's gonna be a long story or not. I'm just gonna kind of just say what I know and end it there. So I was I don't do a lot of talking about like where I do, where I work and stuff and all this stuff, but so let's just say I work with delivery and stuff, driving, and so I deliver stuff. I deliver like important things, money and stuff. But that's what I work with that, right? So this was last week. The whole last week, I was having a lot of bad problems, like picking up stuff. If you miss a pickup, the company gets on to you. Oh, but I got all these stops and I got to do all this because getting no help, and it's just, and I'm like, man, I don't want to end up getting fired and stuff. And then my Jaguar was they had called and told me I found a part that I needed for it, and then all of a sudden the part was the wrong part. So then they was like, well, what we originally wanted you to do was buy this new one, and that was the right one for us, instead of trying to go and find one online that you didn't think was going to be the right one. And so they wanted me to pay like $1,500 plus like the labor and all that, so like $1,500 to put this gear shift on my Jaguar, right? So with that in my head, I'm still thinking about that. I gotta get the money for that, but and I'm thinking about the stuff on the job too. That's this like the day before, they like, yeah, we don't want to have them on these meetings about missing these pickups and stuff, and then I'm telling people, look, I'm doing all this and want to by myself, nobody's coming to help me, but I get it done, right? So with all that being going on and stuff, just bad news after bad, just so much stuff going on. I ended up going stopping at this place to get something to eat, right? So I stopped at this little little Mexican place to get like a burrito. So I go there, order this a burrito. It's like a beef burrito. This was the absolute most disgustingest burrito I've ever tasted in my life. I will never go back to this Mexican food place ever. I thought it was gonna be good because it was like one of those authentic Mexican food places that people go to. I don't know if y'all have them in y'all town, but like it'd be like, I don't know how I can explain, like, and we got like a lot of Mexicans, so like real Mexican people work there and make the food, and it'd be like the building could be like used to be a gas station or something. It doesn't look like a real, like the building usually be some building they bought and started making the rest. So those type of Mexican, I'm talking about like Taco Bell or Taco Cabana. I'm talking about like Numa Sakapa Luba Super, whatever the name is, Tuka Suki, whatever, Takira, those type of Mexicans, like. So I went to this place, and the burrito was disgusting. It was the most disgusting burrito I've ever tasted. I've never tasted something so disgusting. I thought I've tasted a lot of Mexican food places, and that hands down the worst, right? So after that, I was like, well, I'm close to this one place, this little car shop, this detail shop or body shop that I go to. So I was like, I'm close. I'm just a minute away from this place, so I might as well go ahead and do delivery there. So I pull up to the delivery place, right? And I walk in. Usually when I've walked in before, it's been at least like 2 people at the front desk and maybe somebody in a little office, and the lights would be on and everything. It might be a customer, but at this time it's around 2 or 3 o'clock. It's during the day. So it's not like it's winding down and closing. No, it was during the day, like a busy time of the day, right? And so I walk in. Once I walk in, I noticed when I set the door, and to my right, like when you watch right when you walk in, there's some chairs sitting on the right side of the, like right on the wall part to the right. If you look to the right, it's like chairs, I guess where you sit and wait, right? There's two people sitting there, right? They're sitting there, a Mexican guy and a black guy. Like he's a big black guy. Like, and they was dressed like, they wasn't dressed like you would think. Like they were just kind of this dressed like they might have worked there, clothes kind of dirty and stuff. Like they just look like some people you would just not notice because they were just regular clothes, didn't nothing too fancy, just like it was nothing too fancy, just some regular people, right? And so I see them sitting there. I got this box in my hand. They're like the Mexican guy's like yeah, you can just put it right there on the table. And he asked me what happened to the female that used to drive her. It used to be a female that drove the ride I'm driving. That's why I was on this ride, because she quit and I quit, right? So I'm like, oh, she quit and everything. Oh, okay. I never seen you before. What's your name? I'm like, my name Rob. And I'm like, yeah, I've been there like once or twice, when I used to help out. But yeah. And so the Mexican guy's like, okay, well, do you mind if you pray with? Did you mind if we pray with us? And like this, like I said, I came in here. They were sitting there. They were just sitting there like they was waiting for me. And there was nobody else in the place. The lights were dark. It was dark. Lights were off. Like it looked like the place was going to be closed, but it was broad daylight. And so like when I walk in, I see them looking over there, and I see them, and they're just sitting there like they've been waiting for me to come there. And we get up, we hold hands, us three of us, and we start praying. The Mexican guy starts praying. Start praying. He's saying, keep him safe on the road while he's driving. Do all this, keep him from any distraction on the road, like, bless him and all this. And I'm like, okay. And like, yeah, everything I've been going on, I need that. That's cool. I mean, I've had people pray for me before, so it wasn't out of the ordinary. But then after we got done praying, the black guy starts talking, and he's like, he told me to tell you that you should not doubt him. He's like, don't you trust him? He told me to tell you that. Don't you trust him? And I'm thinking, oh yeah. And then he starts just talking about like things that he knows about me. Like, I've never met this guy. And he starts talking about, I know you want to get out of the route and be your own boss and stuff. I know that he told me that. And he's like, yep, you just gotta believe, and you can't doubt him. And you just gotta keep pushing for what you want in life. And if the only person that keep you from getting to your dream is you. And he, like I'm saying, and he started just telling me stuff about like how he's just saying things, and it's all relating to everything I'm going through right now. Like, this dude just knew me, and I've never met this guy, and it's like starting to get to me like, wow, how this guy telling me, and I'm not like. Then I started saying like, yeah, I mean, I was like, yeah, you're right. You're saying some things the same thing I'm going through. Like, yeah, I know, because he told me to tell you this. And I'm kind of shocked. I'm like, wow. So he's just sitting there telling me he's still saying these things. And then the Mexican guy, he's like, well, I know you probably don't like listening to the Christian music in your drug, but like, it's not for you to listen to. It's for like to get your blessings. And it's like, yeah, listen to that while you're driving and stuff. Because I used to didn't like listening to it. And then, so I'm like, I'm listening to all this, and we're talking. And like, it's just maybe 5 minutes after we started praying, a little conversation. The guy's telling me things, like the black guy is telling me things and telling me, don't doubt him, and everything God told him to tell me. And I'm sitting there just like, wow, like I don't know what to say. And so after he's saying all these things, like he just revealing things about me that I didn't know he would know. And so I end up leaving, and I'm like, like, and he said, I think he like, I know you glad you glad you came here, right? And I was like, yeah. And the black guy was like, ooh, after we left, after I left, I saw the black guy like he was like excited, like, yeah, like I told you, like he was excited that he told me this, and I came, like, and it was weird. Like I said, nobody else came in that building. It was us three that point in time. And so when I leave, I leave, and 5 minutes later, the car shop who wanted to charge me $1,500 for this gear shift and to put it on calls me back and says, hey, our mechanic found a way that you can just use this type of wrench where you can just shift the gears out, and it's not gonna cost you no more than like $200 to do it. And I'm like, hey, definitely let's do that. And I'm like, yeah, I'm with it. Show me what I gotta do, and I give you the money. And I'm thinking, wow, I just left this place and you just praying and stuff. And all of a sudden, then other days, then I start getting people. The company start, oh yeah, you're doing a real good job out there. You're doing a really good job. No more of these people complaining and saying, oh, this might, you're gonna get fired if you keep doing this. No, this man, oh, you're doing a good job and everything. And this is all after that little meeting. And so this is where it really comes down, that I believe these were angels that I met. Well, I've been back to this place at least twice, maybe 3 times, and I've not seen those 2 guys at all. Haven't seen not one or no, haven't seen them at all. I've been back to the place, and the crazy thing about it is the place that when I went there, like I said, when I went there that first time when they was there, they was sitting there, it was dark. I come in there now, the lights on, there's like 2 people at the desk, there's there's a lady in the office, it's always busy, there's always people in there. But at that point in time, it was not like that. And I'm like, and I never asked them about the people, but I don't want to, but I kind of want to ask. But I just kind of want to believe that, like, I just want to say, I just want to know that I believe that's who they were, and that's why that point in time, that's why they came. And then I've heard things about like angels coming down, and then like you would never know who they were, because they won't look like somebody you would believe would be like an angel or something. And like this, like I'm telling you, if you seen these guys, you would not think they knew nothing about church or nothing about Jesus, God, nothing. You would never think these guys would know anything about it, the way you just see how they looked. And so I don't know if they were guys who passed away before and just came down, but they was there. And when they was sitting there, they was waiting for me. They knew I was coming. I didn't announce that I was coming. They knew I was coming, and they was waiting for me. Like, and it had to happen. 'Cause I guess that everything from that point, when the lady left the route, she left, and they put me on the route. So everything fell into place for that meeting. But that's just a story I want to share with y'all. I mean, I don't know. I don't want to stuff down religion, down people's throat and stuff, whatever. But I'm just telling you what I experienced. And I mean, if you don't believe in nothing, that's you. But you gotta believe in something, And I believe God sent angels down to talk to me that day. So yeah. We back on the regular scheduled program soon with the podcast and the other things, the streaming. Still trying to figure out how many days I got left, but we almost back, so we out.